Imagine Times Square without any billboards. It could happen. It really could happen, right? A great company out of New Hampshire, Gigunda Group, works with Procter & Gamble. And what they did is, instead of putting up a huge billboard in Times Square, they decided to open up public bathrooms for the Charmin brand, right? I don't know if you've ever been to New York, but it's virtually impossible to go to the bathroom in New York, unless you go to like a restaurant and you have to sit down or whatnot. And if you go to a Starbucks, you have to wait in the line and whatnot. So instead of creating a massive billboard in Times Square, which they could, they created a big bathroom where people can go in and do their business, and Charmin is the sponsor of it, right? So now they're starting to provide a service. It's still kind of like, on the surface, it's a billboard. It's a big giant sign in Times Square. It's just right next to the Panasonic and right next to the Budweiser, whatever it is. But really what it is a service. They're trying to do something good. And I was talking to my friend at Gigunda who runs this program, and they opened it just for the Christmas holiday season last year, and they actually got about 3 billion unpaid impressions because of it. Newspapers were writing about it. People were going in, talking to their friends, Twittering it, blogging it and everything like that. And really what it really was is they started with, we should be in Times Square, let's start with a billboard, and ended up with, we should be in Times Square, let's open up a public bathroom, right? So that people can actually do their thing and talk about it afterwards. Sorry, a little potty humor. Procter & Gamble is on the cusp of creating marketing as a service, right? They're really leading that charge. They are really all about trying to be as good as possible. I don't work for them, so I'm not trying to shill them. But they really are. And the example that really comes to mind, that brings it really home for me, is the Tide truck. And this basically is a big giant truck with washers and dryers. But what they do with it is what's really important. I'll show you the video of what it is.
I live in Newton East, and I have 4 children, and the flood at 5 feet at my house, and I lost everything.
I'm sitting by my house, which is devastated, and I'm going there every day and cleaning up, watching the military go by in their trucks and the soldiers, and it's like being in a movie.
I live in New Orleans East, and my house had water in it for about 3 weeks. And everything smells like mold, the clean stuff, the dirty stuff, everything. So, we're tackling everything else that I have to tackle, and then dealing with a 2-year-old. That was one of the things on my mind. What am I going to do about all these clothes, and when am I going to have time?
Because I had nowhere else to wash my clothes.
In some cases, these people have lost everything, and they're living with friends and families, or in the FEMA trailers, or in their cars, trying to rebuild their lives.
We brought a mobile facility down to the New Orleans area so that we can clean the clothes for the folks that live over here.
We're doing a free laundry service where we're washing, drying, and folding clothes. They drop them off and they get them back clean the next day.
They maybe arrived back in town or came out of one of the shelters. It was just 2 or 3 sets of clothing, 4 sets of clothing. There was no opportunity to wash unless they could find a laundromat, and how do they get there? And are there laundromats? Not in their neighborhoods.
There are very few facilities locally that are open. Some of the ones that are open are charging 40 cents on the dollar so you can get quarters, so you can use their machines. There's got to be a law against that somewhere, And so Tide comes in and does it for free. Bring your equipment, smiling faces, happy people, and they're doing such a great service to this area. It's just phenomenal.
We come down the road, you can't help but notice it. It's something that people need. It's the little things that you don't think about. People think of the food, they think of housing, clothing, but no one thinks, okay, how are you going to wash your clothes?
As the mood over here shifts from survival to rebuilding, some of the basic needs are being met already today. So food, water, shelter are being met by different organizations over here. What Tide came down here to do is really provide them with a little sense of comfort by giving them clean clothes so that they can then carry on their lives.
When Procter & Gamble and Tide said, we'll wash people's clothes, what a wonderful thing to be able to get up and put on some clean clothes. You can face the day.
a corporation like that would come here and do this for us? No, yeah, they care about the people here.
It's pretty incredible. There are 14 wash machines and 18 dryers. It has capacity to run 24 hours a day.
Your average family does 300 loads of wash a year. This truck can do, at capacity, 600 loads a day.
And we're pushing as many loads as we possibly can. We're maxing this unit out.
People will drop off their laundry here to us. What we do is go ahead and then tag each of the bags. The consumer gets the ticket. They leave. They come back the next morning. We have their laundry. This is what they get back. The packages, the bundles, all nice and neat. When people get these, they are floored.
Just seeing the happiness on their faces when they get a bag with a bow on it and, you know, clean clothes, wrapped and folded. You would think they won the lottery.
Carefully taking their clothing and giving it back folded and wrapped in paper and nicely organized communicates a lot more than clean clothes. It communicates we care about you in a respectful way.
When a company do things like this here, this is what gives us hope.
When you smell Tide, you smell clean, you know. It's good. It is. It makes you happy. It gives you a boost.
With all the debris, the mold, the dirt and everything, in the midst of it all, I can still smell clean, feel clean.
It's just a lot on your mind, a lot of decisions and things you have to make, and this just really lifted a big burden off of me.
I'm just glad you're here.
Thanks be to God for this place and these people for what they're doing for all of us here in the city.
I'll see you all tomorrow. Another day of a clean start.
You know, I've seen this video hundreds of times, and I still, you know, get a little emotional because really what it is it's a truck, right? It's a bunch of washers and dryers on a truck. Remember when we started the journey of ours, we started with trucks in India marketing phones, right? And now here's another marketing campaign. It's just a truck, right? It's just a truck with washers and dryers, but it's so much more. It transcends marketing, right? And this whole Clean Start program started with Katrina. But they took that truck to San Diego when they had the wildfires. They took it to Nebraska and Kansas when there were all those hurricanes, tornadoes about 2 years ago. And I heard from my friend Ryan that they just sent this truck down to Haiti after the earthquake. No, you know, they don't, Procter & Gamble knows that Haiti's probably a small market for their laundry detergent business, right? But this whole Clean Start program has become a really key cornerstone to their philanthropy and their causal kind of outreach of marketing trying to do something good. And trying to be better than just marketers. And it's something that I kind of want to leave you guys with, is that in this world, right, we have a fundamental duty to make lives better, right, as marketers, as people who sell and cater to services and products to our customers. You can't sell anymore, you can't market anymore without an element of philanthropy or altruism or doing good, right? And that is something that is becoming very prevalent in markets around the world. And it's very kind of dangerous for us to forget that. And I hope that you could be a little bit inspired that when you create marketing campaigns, when you create brand campaigns, when you go to market, always try to make people's lives better. I thank you. Thanks very much for your time, and feel free to reach me in my blog, bring some messages.